Clap for sound. Everyone clap. Let me do it. Andrew do it. Jace do it. Okay, we ready? Oh, crap.
We're off to a good start.
Yeah. Okay, well, welcome to the very first podcast. This show does not have a title yet. I'm your host, Jake Williams, and I'm accompanied by my friend, Andrew Amon, Andrew Amon, and Jace Haney. So say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, this is going off to a great start. We're starting about an hour later than we wanted to.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's fine. But so I guess to start things off, we should start things off with a question. What do you have for breakfast today? That's a good question.
I had a protein bar.
Protein bar?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
My tears, because I didn't eat.
I had chicken Alfredo for breakfast.
Breakfast of champions.
Well, you see, we had it for dinner, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat this because I'm one of those people. I don't believe that you can have breakfast at different times. I feel like you can only have breakfast for breakfast.
I disagree.
That it's no.
But you may disagree, but you're wrong.
Yeah. So, but if you're going to disagree with that, do you think it's wrong for me to eat anything else other than breakfast food for breakfast?
No.
So you're saying food? You can eat food at any time.
Dude, food is food.
Okay. I somewhat agree with you.
It should be on a shirt.
What are your
Food is food.
Well, we'll make t-shirts for that then.
Yeah. That'll be our first merch.
Go grab your merch. I eat food. Yeah, there's moments when I'll wake up and have like oatmeal or eggs and whatnot, and there's other mornings where I'll wake up and have like chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
So I genuinely think that if you're hungry, eat what you want.
I just feel like there's so many good foods, and not that breakfast food isn't good, it's just not like hefty enough. And so like for dinner, if I'm eating dinner, I don't want to have eggs for dinner. That's not a dinner to me. Like I want something that's going to fill me up for dinner. And eggs and bacon, even though they're wonderful, I mean, you have to eat a ton of bacon to be full. For me, at least.
We sometimes eat cereal for dinner at my house because my dad doesn't like to cook, and so when my mom is not home and we don't want to do takeout, I'll just eat cereal.
I mean, like that makes sense to me, but like organized, like you're planning on eating breakfast for dinner.
We do sometimes. We make French toast though.
No, I mean it's just wrong. I understand the like this is what we have. We're gonna eat cereal.
Well, let me ask you a question going off of that then. How do you feel about combining different types? Like the chicken and waffles?
I don't like chicken. I don't know why. Like, I don't understand the appeal of chicken and waffles. I've never liked it.
I've never had chicken and waffles together. I've heard the pair.
You live in Georgia, bro.
I'm originally for Alabama. Yeah, I've never had the pair.
Okay, well, we'll save that for another segment then. Okay. We'll have to have you eat that and then come back and see what your thoughts are. But I just wanted to get your take because you're like, you don't want breakfast food for dinner, but what if you had like a little bit of breakfast food with your dinner?
Listen, okay, so over the years, I'm not saying it's ethical, but I've done it before. I'm just going to say, if I have the option between I can have a steak and baked potato for dinner, or I can have a waffle, eggs, and bacon, I'm always going to choose a steak and baked potato.
When you hit the table, it makes like this weird echo.
So I just bought this mic, and I haven't bought the holder yet.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll refrain from banging on the table. But yeah, that's my.
I don't know. I'm just a proponent of breakfast food in general. Like I enjoy it.
So it's good.
Breakfast your favorite meal of the day?
So I don't eat breakfast usually. Like I don't know. I'm not hungry when I wake up. If I do eat breakfast, it's because I want to eat the breakfast food, not because I'm hungry.
Right. That makes sense.
Which is a horrible habit to just eat because you like food versus eating because you're hungry. But it's okay.
I mean, honestly, this morning when I ate that chicken Alfredo, part of the reason I ate it, I was like, I can't lie on camera, so and I knew this would be a topic, so I said, I'm just gonna eat this for breakfast. I wasn't necessarily hungry. So I just went on a cruise. This is a little bit off.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was fun. They had a 24-hour pizza bar.
Oh,
And I literally cannot tell you how much food I ate. I ate so much. Like, I think there was times in the day where I would wake up, go to breakfast. I was so full that I had to take a nap. And by the time I woke up, it was time for another meal. And so
it sounds like the life.
it was, and then pizza at midnight.
Oh.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
Okay, so like, was it a really good pizza bar? Like, what was the
No.
quality of pizza?
Okay, well, it's one of those pizzas where, like, it could be good, it could be bad. But for free pizza, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's free?
It was free. Yeah, no, like, you could just go at any time and say, I want an entire pepperoni pizza, and they would give it to you.
That's
insane.
awesome. That's wow.
But so I had 10 minutes on the boat, and I'm just walking around. Everyone's new. Everyone's, like, introducing themselves, trying to make friends. And I'm not for that life. And so I was walking around, and I saw the pizza bar. And so I was like, I'm going to get a slice of pizza. And so I got one, and I was so ecstatic. I bit into it, burned my tongue on the very first thing I bit. And so after that, I had to get my revenge. And this might be illegal, so I'm just gonna, we're fine. But I took that sliced pizza and I threw it off the boat. And, man, let me tell you, that was the most fun. I actually have a video of me throwing the pizza off the boat.
It turns out that slice is the last slice.
Oh, well, last slice 2 is coming soon. It's been written. We haven't finished it yet, but...
Oh, man, that's going to be great.
I failed to mention this. This is a video. This video is basically launching my YouTube channel once again, and I plan on I'm being ambitious, saying I'm gonna have 3 videos a week. But
That's a lot.
I don't think I've told either of you my plan.
That's hefty.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a podcast once a week, and then I plan on doing somewhat of a game show once a week. And then the third one is gonna be a series. And so my series idea right now, the series that I want to work on, I haven't talked to you about any of this. I'm sorry. but
this is all new to me, which is a rarity.
But my idea for that is to accomplish things that I've never done in a week. And so one of those things is going camping. I've never been camping.
You've never been camping?
I've never been camping. And
have you been camping?
Yeah.
Like on the floor camping or like with a camper?
Like going into the woods camping.
Okay.
What do you mean by floor? I mean,
like
we're
tents.
outside.
Like
Oh,
tents.
like tents, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
because I grew up doing tent camping, and then as my parents got older and their bodies have failed them, they've gone and...
oh.
I mean, it's going to happen to all of us. But now that they're older, they prefer taking a camper, which is like taking a miniature house and calling it camping, which, I mean, it's still fun, but it's not what I would consider like real camping. So I just wanted to clarify which one of those you're talking or referring to.
Which I've never done camping in general.
Okay.
I plan on, for this video, making my life completely awful and just going in the woods. And like I'd let you bring whatever you wanted to.
Yeah.
For myself, I'm gonna have a survival kit, and I'm gonna have to build a shelter. But also, I plan on doing this in my backyard, so I'm not gonna die.
It sounds like backpacking, which I've actually done, where you just take all the essentials to live and you put it in a backpack, and then you hike up a mountain or go off a trail and just find some place and make it livable for a little while. And it's a really cool experience because it's just you and nature. Like, there's no humanity anywhere around you except for what you brought with you. And it's sometimes...
We'll push that computer real quick.
We're going to push the computer real quick.
Okay, we're back. Wait. Pause. Keep going, Jason.
All right. So, as I was saying, sometimes when life gets overwhelming and just stress of day-to-day life occurs, I like to go camping and just be out with nature. And there's been some research showing that spending time out in nature can actually help reset like the hormones and the chemicals in your brain to like bring up your serotonin, balance you out, and kind of bring peace to your mind. And I've put it to practice, and it works really well. Of course, that's the lifestyle I grew up with, so that might have some weight to it. Like if you grew up in the city, it might not work as well for you. But it's interesting. I like the idea a lot. I'm assuming I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, no, you'll be there. I haven't told you anything about this. But talking about nature, this brings me to our next topic that I actually wrote down because I wrote something about nature on here.
Oh.
I wanted to do this segment that we're gonna do every podcast, and it's where I pose the question: which one of these history events did not happen? So I'm going to tell you 2 history events that did happen, and then 1 lie.
What a segue from nature.
Yeah, it's great. I mean,
you know what has nature? History.
Well, these history facts have nature animals in them.
Oh,
so
cool.
One of the things that all of these things have in common is that they all include animals. So, no further ado, here's the question. Which one of these history events did not happen? A. A bear fought alongside Polish troops in World War II. B. In 1992, NASA sent a dog to the space station for a test, which then peed on the control panel. C. Winston Churchill once said, "One monkey bite caused the death of 250,000 people." One of those is a lie. 2 of them actually happened.
I have my guess.
Jace, would you like to give your answer?
I'm gonna have to go with Churchill.
You think Churchill didn't happen?
I really don't feel like that's something he would come up with in his speech.
What would you say, Andrew?
I think it's the dog. I don't remember them sending a dog to space.
They've sent plenty of dogs to space.
They have sent
Really?
dogs to space.
Whether it peed on a control, that's the
I
iffy
know.
part. But dogs tend to pee a lot, so I was like, it seems right.
Hey, so, final answer?
I still think it's the dog.
He's locking in. You locking in?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to go through these. I'll just say the answer. Okay, the answer is B. In 1992, NASA sent a dog to the space station for a test, which peed on a control panel. It did not pee on a control panel. They have sent dogs to space. They have sent dogs. Actually, a dog went to space before humans went to space.
Yeah.
I knew a monkey went to space. Anyway.
So,
After it bit 100 million people.
but with the Winston Churchill, I actually let me pull up the article.
Do you have the quote? 'Cause I'm very interested now in what
Well,
he said.
that's the direct quote. But the reason he said it was, let me find it. Man, I was on YouTube a lot today. Oh, okay, found it. All right, go back. Okay, so, sorry, my phone hates me.
That sounds cool.
Literally, my phone wanted me to update this morning, and I hate it.
And you told it no.
Well, it forced me to.
Oh.
It forced me to update it this morning. Okay. In early October 1920, Greece's king, Alexander, was walking through a garden when his dog got into a skirmish with a pet monkey. When the monarch tried to break up the fight, another monkey swooped in and bit him. The king's wounds became infected, and he died on October 25th, at age of 27. Alexander had been crowned in June 1917 during World War I, after his father, King Constantine I, abdicated the throne. The pro-German Constantine, who advocated for Greek neutrality in the war, was pressured to give up his position by the Triple France, Great Britain, and Russia. So, at the end of 1920, Constantine had been resigned. However, during his second reign as king, he led the nation in the Greco-Turkish War, 1919 to 1922, which Greece lost, and the chain of events followed Alexander's death. Britain's Winston Churchill later commented, "It is perhaps no exaggeration to remark that 250,000 persons died of this one monkey bite."
I knew that one was too specific to be true. I mean, to be false.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I just think it's funny that where was he walking that his dog got in a fight with a monkey.
It was a pet monkey.
Okay, a pet monkey. And then,
Yeah.
but there just happened to be another
monkey.
Said, "Oh, I'm gonna go bite him," and then he bit him. But so the bear that fought alongside with the Polish troops.
Yeah, that just seems right. I was like, that doesn't surprise me at all.
It's a bizarre story. If you haven't heard it, go to BuzzFeed. They do a whole video. It's like a 22-minute video on it, and I was smiling the entire way through. It was a great little history fact, and they found they were in. I want to say they were in Egypt. I'm probably wrong on that, but there was this little. No, they weren't in Egypt. But there was this Polish boy, and he had this little bear cub. And so the soldiers traded the little boy like a candy bar, like 5 pounds, and just like stuff for this bear. And they gave him the bear, and so they traded the bear cub. And so the bear got bigger, and it just became like a morale booster. And so when all the troops had to go to war, they couldn't bring the bear with them. So the only way to do it was to enlist the bear in the army. And so this bear ended up being a private.
Yeah.
And they brought him along, and they were on the front lines, and the bear ended up copying what the soldiers were doing, which was grabbing boxes of ammunition and bringing it over to the cannons. And so the bear picked up the stuff. And I mean, it was a great story. I fully say you should go listen to it.
That's like that story kind of reminds me of what they do in the military with service dogs. Is that the service dog will always be a rank above its handler. That way the handler can't like hurt it because it would be an offense. So that the fact that the bear was a private kind of reminded me of that. But that's I found that out a couple months ago when I was doing some research. But I thought that was interesting because if the dog is enlisted, it will always be a rank above its handler. So that you by the rank of military, you have to respect the dog, even though you're handling it.
Dogs are great, man.
They are great.
Will you push that computer real quick? Just make sure it doesn't turn off. So basically what we're doing right now, while we have to keep... My computer's recording audio for us while we're on the video. Half of these people didn't even see the whole thing with me trying to get the computer working earlier because this is going on SoundCloud and YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube...
Woo!
Hey, you can watch us. Come watch us. And subscribe and follow to the YouTube channel. But yeah.
And all of our other social medias.
Yeah, Jake Alex Will on Instagram and Twitter. Jace, what about you?
Jace Haney1 on Instagram. I don't have a Twitter. Jace Haney M on Facebook for my photography page. Click.
Andrew Aman, A-M-A-N, on Instagram.
Wow. You see, so I don't want to say I'm a sellout, but...
What a way to start a sentence.
But the other day, I was sitting there talking to my aunt, and she said, all the kids are on TikTok.
Yeah.
I have a TikTok.
No, I have not gotten a TikTok yet. But the other day, I was like, man, what if my YouTube channel does, get me famous? And I said, I really should own every social media account and just take the domain Jake Alex Will. And so I recently downloaded TikTok and took the domain name.
That's
Jake
a good
Alex
one.
Will. Yeah. It's hard. It's a hard domain name.
Domain name.
My TikTok is Andrew01, ANDGJEW01.
Wow, what a plug.
Yeah. No, I made one TikTok because... Have you, watched TikToks?
I've watched very few. Wait, give us 2 seconds. Okay, continue. Sorry.
So the sound that's do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head? Well, I just made one of my dog doing stupid stuff, and
I think I saw that.
Well,
I don't know if you showed it to me or if you also did one like that similar on your Snapchat. There was something where you were like, what's going on inside my dog's head? And you zoomed in on him, and then he was like.
I've never seen this.
I don't remember that.
Should we do a new topic?
Yeah.
I only have 2 more topics on here, so we have to be careful with this. But so this is one me and Andrew debated last night a little bit. Would you rather have 1,000 tiny duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck? I have my answer. I've got to say the horse-sized duck.
It's 100. It's 100, not 1,000.
Oh, 100.
You don't want too many.
Would you rather have 100 duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck?
You have to fight them. You have to fight it.
You gotta fight it?
Yeah, would you rather fight
Oh, I thought... Okay.
100...
Hold on.
What?
Duck-sized horses?
I thought we were, like, keeping them as pets.
Oh, no, you have to fight it.
Because if it's a pet, it's an easy win. You want a horse-sized duck.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You could fly. You could ride it on the lake.
Oh, that was my whole argument.
Oh, no, yeah, you have to fight it.
If we're fighting it, good gosh, I would probably have to go with 100 tiny.
No, I think I'd still go with the latter.
Really?
So I think I've thought about this extensively.
Of course.
I think it should be 100 duck-sized horses because if it comes to it, if you have to fight them, you can just you can kick them, right?
That's what
I
was thinking.
They can't fly or anything. But if you have a giant duck, it can fly. Ducks are aggressive. They're known for being aggressive.
Okay, so what can I have? Am I fighting with my bare fist?
Yeah, you don't have anything.
Well, I mean, but there's 100. They could outnumber. If we're talking you've made the pack of tiny horses angry, and they're all going at you, you're dead.
But you could just climb something.
Well, I mean, okay, so I don't want to. This story makes me sad. But I was driving home from Tuscaloosa one time, and I was going 60 miles on this road, and this goose jumped in front of my car.
Oh no!
And I killed the goose. But
the whole hand just
it rolled over my car.
Oh no!
And, he was not having a good day, I think.
Aww.
But anyways, you could hit okay. Just with the duck being that big, I feel like you could just outrun it. I mean, ducks are not incredibly fast.
But it can fly.
Well, I'm going inside. It can't get in my house.
Imagine a horse-sized duck out there. It could smash that window.
So, this is stupid.
You brought it up.
Well, I thought we were going to keep them as pets, and I said, that's the pet I want. I mean, wow.
If we're going with pets, yes, horse-sized duck.
Yeah, but if you have to fight them, duck-sized horses.
Boom.
There's 100 of them.
You can literally punt them.
Yeah.
Pick them up like a football and punt them out of the way.
They're like tiny little horse. What are they going to do to you?
They'll nibble at your ankles. It's stop.
Okay, but have you fed a horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their jaws are scary.
Yeah, but that's because they're giant.
Have you seen the inside of a duck's mouth? It's jerk ears. I've actually, because I was doing photography with some ducks, and I was feeding them, and I was taking a picture as they were jumping up and taking the bread, and for the first time in my life, I saw the inside, and it's needles, just everywhere, and I'm like, oh no, I don't like this at all. So imagine that being horse-sized.
I want to listen for a minute.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay.
Take both in.
Okay, I'll go for it. Yeah.
Take the burden off of my hands.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal it from you like that.
But no, it's kind of nice because now I can just
hear regular. Yeah.
It's not like there's two sounds in my ear. But it they have these needles on their tongues like cats do almost. And then they also have it on the inside of their beaks. Here, y'all continue with the conversation. I'll see if I can't find a picture of it.
Okay, well, you know what's also scary?
What?
Sharks. But the bizarre thing to me is you know how when you go to the beach, they always have those necklaces, and they're a real shark's tooth on the necklace.
Shark tooth, yeah.
Yeah, I was a connoisseur of those when I was a little boy, and I was so sick.
I'm not even joking. I almost wore one today. I saw it on my dresser, and I said, "Should I wear that?" And I said, "No."
But do you think it's a genuine shark tooth, or do you think they're fake?
I mean, I think it depends on the thing, on where you get it from.
But okay, I'm saying, yeah. I mean, if you got it from the beach, though, I mean, I could be wrong. I really don't know anything about animals. I'm not one to talk about animals, but isn't it a little bit where are you gonna find the shark's tooth?
They like wash up on the shore.
Shark?
Not sharks, the teeth.
Oh, okay.
They're like shell. Like, you know how shells wash up?
They'll fall
Yeah.
out too.
Sharks have 2 rows of teeth.
And
they,
sharks'
like,
teeth
move
never
forward.
stop growing.
Yeah.
So if they lose it, they'll always grow another one.
Well,
They're not like us, who are limited by 2 sets of teeth.
are dogs limited to teeth?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have baby teeth, and then they have their full-grown teeth.
Molly just lost a couple teeth
Aww.
recently, but Molly's old. I have a dog. Her name is Molly. She's 11. You wouldn't know, but she's 11.
Were you waiting for me to say 11?
Yeah. But, yeah, so I guess you want to move on to the new topic?
Sure.
I mean, that's, okay. This is like ASMR. Like, I can hear this coming out here. It's great. Okay. Okay,
I can't find a deck, so we're going to move on.
This is the last topic I have on here, so we just got to start talking after this.
Okay.
Hey, everyone at home. But the last topic is, what are your thoughts on Instagram getting rid of the likes?
Okay, so
Wait, what?
on certain Instagram profiles, it now just says, like, liked by blank and others versus liked by blank and, like, 200 others.
They're getting rid of the numbers.
Oh, so like when I see something when I'm going through the feed and I'm like, liked by Andrew Amon and someone else.
Yeah, well, it tells you who's liked it now, but like...
But it won't tell you the exact number of people who've liked it?
Yeah, it'll tell you what yours are, though. It won't
Yeah,
tell
you
what
can
others
look at
are.
yours. I thought I would... I don't know why, but I just figured I would be annoyed by it.
Mm-hmm.
But it occurred to me that it's not like I look at the amount of likes other people get anyway. Right?
I feel like some people do, though.
Did I turn the gain down? No, that's up. Okay. I'm
no.
one of those people.
Hello?
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'll just
no.
fix it later. But I'm one of those people who does look at other people's likes. Because I feel that I need the reassurance to know I'm doing okay. I mean, I guess you're right that they're not needed, but also it's more like a confidence booster for me.
I mean, that comes from the likes I get on my own pictures, though.
What's your most liked picture? Like, how many likes do you have?
I think, like, 234.
You?
I really don't keep track. I guess I'm probably one that has like 150. That's about average for me.
I rarely post. Like, I only post if
Yeah.
something, like, that I have nice pictures of happened or is, like, big. Like, I don't even post about graduating.
Usually my top like it was like 190, I think, is what I hit. But this is a great segue. I just forgot to talk about this earlier, but it actually relates to what we talked about earlier. I just recently went on that cruise, and one of the places we stopped was Honduras.
Oh, cool.
And there was a monkey there, and we took pictures with a monkey. My pictures with the monkey were not very good pictures. I don't like the way I look in those pictures.
The ones you posted on your Instagram?
Yeah, I don't like that picture.
I thought you looked so good
It
in
was
those
so
photos.
good.
I didn't like that picture.
I said Jake posted this because he looks cute in this.
No, I posted it because behind that picture, follow me on Instagram, Jake Alex Will. Behind that picture, if you swipe it, my comment was, "Why am I smiling? Is it because I'm in Honduras holding a monkey?" Nope, swipe to see why, which I thought was clever. And you swipe it, and then you see a video of my sister who got bit by the monkey.
That could
I don't
kill
think
a
I
lot of
watched
people.
that. Kill 500,000 people
Yeah.
or whatever.
Honestly, it was one of the greatest things that happened on that trip.
I
was
did
when-
watch it though,
Yeah.
and it was hilarious.
Yeah, you got to go follow me to watch it. But it was, man, that monkey was so funny because she was trying to get like a good picture of it, and she was trying to walk away from her shoulder. So like an idiot, she grabs it by the arm and like trying to pull it back, and it just like goes berserk on her.
Yeah.
And it just bites the crap out of her finger. Great video, 10 out of 10.
Some good stuff right there.
Yeah, but so have you all been on any cruises before?
I have not, but I'm in an a cappella group.
Heck yeah, you are.
At Cornell called Last Call. Check us out. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, maybe YouTube, mostly Instagram. And we occasionally go on tours. And I so badly want to, like, contact cruise ship lines and be like, can you pay us to sing on your boat?
You know, when I went on the cruise, this is also, I don't think I told any of y'all about anything about my cruise, really. But there was, Hairspray was playing on the cruise. And so
like
I was...
the whole show? Or?
Yeah, like the full show. They were doing Hairspray on the boat. And so I tweeted about something that happened at the show. There was a row of seats in front of us, and this one lady's sitting there, and she's just saving the row, the entire row. There's one person and a lady, and there's about 20 seats in this row. And so she's saving it, and people keep coming and ask, hey, are these seats taken? She's like, yeah, my family's coming. The show starts at 3:15. It's 3:12, and no one's come to sit next to her. She has this entire row of seats, and the entire theater's full. And so this one guy comes up and says, hey, are these seats taken? And she says, yes. And he's so annoyed that he walks down my row, says sorry to me, and then steps over the seats and sits in the row. And they start screaming at each other, and they're going at it, and it was this whole big ordeal. And then we're watching the show, and then the lady ends up leaving halfway through the show, anyways. But anyways, I tweeted about the show, and I put that in a tweet. And Maddie from the Holly said, "Hey, someone in that show is from Dahlonega and did shows at the Holly."
I wonder if it was Annie.
Her name is Sarah Peavy. And I messaged her on Instagram, and we talked a little bit, and we were supposed to get coffee, but we never did. But, yeah, so we talked about it, and I just thought that was crazy that someone on the boat who's like, but that was the best version of Hairspray I've ever seen.
Really?
I've seen 3 versions of it.
Did you see the City Springs production?
No.
It was good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of Hairspray, but I thought it was by far the best, because they just did things differently. It was surprising. And then there's also another show called Flight, which you talked to me about.
A picture of it.
Yeah, basically at the end of the show, they're going back through time about flight. There's like the history of flight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so at the end, they have Orville and Wilbur, and they're building the first plane, and then the plane... it was incredible. They built this giant plane, a replica of it, and they fly off the stage over the audience. And it's this giant set piece.
Good gosh, that's dangerous.
It was like, I was afraid it was going to fall. I said, I've seen too many articles about the Spider-Man play.
That's the first place my mind went to.
He high-fived you, though.
He did. I went to go see Spider-Man that was one of the first Broadway shows I ever saw. And we got the balcony seats, and we didn't know. And we were sitting in the front row, and there's this big black box sitting right in front of me. And it just never happened. I didn't know what it was for. The very end of the show, it was the last platform that he landed on, and he gave me a high five.
That's so nice.
And now Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark has never come out because it was a big flop. And yeah, well, I'm going to go Broadway. I'm going to Broadway again. I'm going to go see Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear it's getting evicted?
I did. I'm so upset.
Why is it getting evicted?
Because the Music Man starring Hugh Jackman wants the theater, and like. But here's the thing, I've seen The Music Man.
It's not a good show.
The thing, it's just like old musicals in general, like older shows are too long and kind of boring.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's not that I can't appreciate them for like
what they are
and like how they like started like what Broadway has become.
Right.
But like most older shows I've seen, I've been like, it's pretty good, but
perhaps
like
this is though a good thing because this will give them a chance to like tour, right?
They are touring.
Yeah, this is where I get upset because everyone's like, you can't. One of my favorite shows is Be More Chill, completely just favorite show, and I really really want to be in it, but no one will ever do the show because it doesn't have a big enough name. And they're like, well, all the shows that have big names are really old shows, like Music Man and some older shows, just like
South Pacific,
Music Man,
anything by Roger and Hammerstein.
Yeah, like those old shows, and people go to see them, and then they're upset with it because they're like, it was boring. I'm like, well, that's not what theater is anymore. Like theater to me now are shows like Be More Chill, Percy Jackson, Beetlejuice, but Beetlejuice has kind of got a name, but like Be More Chill and other shows like that, they're so small that no one knows them, so no one's going to go see them based off the name. But they're going to go see shows like South Pacific, and then they're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's your problem. You got to go see like the new shows. 'Cause
Yeah.
shows are being written and they're exciting.
It's like, yeah, a lot of the more recent like Broadway shows, like I don't know, Book of Mormon's not that new, but it's like I would place it in
I'd
contemporary
place it in
theater.
the new generation.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like even like Newsies is an old idea, but like it was a movie a while ago, but it's a new musical. Like all of the new musicals are much more like high energy. Well,
Yeah.
the big cast new musicals, like I mean, there are still small cast new musicals which are different, obviously.
But I mean, even like Avenue Q, as for instance. That was my house one. But
Thank you, House.
But that's the issue, is that people are saying, "Oh, theater's just boring," but they're not going to see the right shows.
Yeah.
And it's like if you relate it to movies, it's like only watching 1940 movies and saying, "Oh, all movies suck."
Right.
And you're like, "No, they don't. You're just not watching the right movie."
Right. And a lot of people, they don't know where to go to find these new shows, because people are doing the new shows because they exist. But people, the only thing they know how to do is like look up a local theater and see what's playing and then go. And like most local theaters are only going to do older shows because they know that's going to pull an audience because it's a bigger name.
And most people, not to discriminate, but most people that go see shows are older people.
Right, because
And-
that's the kind of media that they grew up with.
Yeah, and so they're not going to want to go see the new shows that are meant for the younger audiences. And this is my TED Talk, and I banged on the table, and I shouldn't do that because it messes up the mic. But talking about new shows, we're writing a new show right
We
now.
are writing a new show right now.
Andrew's read it.
I've read it. I'm not writing it.
I've read it too.
It's a pretty decent show, in my opinion.
Hey, I have an idea.
Yes.
So,
I love this.
Go ahead. Yes, I'm with
okay, so if/when you put the show on,
Mhm.
after that, Cornell does at our theater. We put on. I was in a new musical, student in a musical, and if you want, I could get them to do it up in New York, and you could be like, my show was on
Play.
theater in New York.
I mean,
we could do that.
Granted, it's Ithaca, New York. Not
I mean,
the city.
but it doesn't matter.
it's still like
New York.
It's going places. So
Let me go. We're gonna take a short little cut real quick, and we'll be right back. Cool. Go ahead, Jace. What were you saying?
I was just saying. So you reached out to me when you had the idea for like writing the show.
Mm-hmm.
You were already well into the process, but you're like, hey, how would you feel about possibly helping me write some of the music and lyrics, because I love to write lyrics. And I was like, heck yeah, let's go. So the other day I was editing some photos for a client, and I was just kind of humming to myself because I ran out of music that I was listening to. And like I also had the script open on different, like, then I was just reading, and like things started flowing, and I was like, oh, that's good. I'll write that down. Okay, there's something there. All right. And I was like, I'll take these things and I'll throw them at Jake, and we'll see if any of them stick. But it's like, I love the creative process, especially when you get to create things with your friends and other people, and there's kind of like that. What is that? Ping pong?
Yeah,
Back and forth.
Table tennis.
Yeah.
Remember when we wrote a musical in 48 hours and there was also a tornado?
Oh yeah. Well, okay.
What
So
an experience.
you can go watch that. That's on my YouTube channel. It's called Torn Between, and so basically I signed up for a 48-hour film festival, and within the same week, like I asked both of you, like a day before we actually started.
I had spoken to you once before.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really talk to you.
You'd never talk to me. At that point,
Yeah.
I think we may have like had like small little interactions where we were like, hey, and you're like, hey, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going over here.
Very little, yeah. So this is basically that's house, but so that's the way we met. Is that I said, hey, let's do this 40-hour film festival, and yeah, and so we made it. And while we were doing it, there was a tornado warning.
Oh god.
And Adam and Jace were outside, and
Yep.
my phone does like the alert sound, and I'm like, There's a tornado.
Adam
We should go get them.
And I'm sure you guys will see Adam or know Adam at some point.
Go watch it. I mean, he'll be on the show eventually. But
We were outside working around with some lyrics and some music, and we were just walking around kind of bouncing ideas off of one another, and it started getting really windy, and there was like 1 or 2 drops, and I was like, I think it's about to storm. Let's go inside. And so we're walking to go inside, and my pocket buzzes, and I pull it out, and it's an Amber Alert, and it's like, tornado, get inside a building immediately. And I was like, okay, let's just go inside.
One of the things I said, and y'all weren't there for the original screening of it, but that was a question that they asked, was how did the weather affect you? Because we did the competition in Asheville, so that's 3 hours north of us, and they had like a torrential downpour rain. But none of them had a tornado. And so one of the questions that they asked the filmmakers is, how did the storm affect y'all? And I said, well, we almost had to recast 2 of our people because we were pretty sure they died in a tornado. But no, they survived, and we made a pretty decent film. We won 2 awards with it. We were nominated for 4.
Yeah, and that was like a huge honor. And being able to go and share that experience with you guys was awesome. And just watching people appreciate the art and the hard work that you've put into it. Because, I mean, it was a lot of hard work, because we weren't just writing 48 hours, like musical in 48 hours. We were also dealing with our own lives. And then we also had rehearsal for Newsies.
And then I died.
And then you died. And I broke my back.
That was that rehearsal?
That was that night.
Yeah.
Where I was like, square up.
And wow, that was a long night.
Did I ever tell you that? Sorry. So we were doing King of New York that day, and I was sitting in the audience the whole time. And at the end, I walk on stage to do the number, and I just hear Nathan from the audience say, "What happened to him?" I was like, "Thanks."
Man, if we do that again, which we are doing that again this year.
Okay,
but we are putting it down as a conflict for rehearsal.
Okay.
We are skipping rehearsal.
Don't touch the table.
Sorry, I'm not touching the table. I got heated for a second. But we are skipping rehearsal, and we are going to focus on that. And I think for the section of rehearsal, we can talk about this off camera. This is more of an off camera conversation. But,
no, this is what they want. This is the meaty stuff.
But yeah, I feel so. We did the rehearsal right after staying up all night writing the music.
Yep.
And then directly after that, we filmed it. And so, this is something that happened. We finished it, and we're sitting there getting everything in order, and our editor lives in New York. And so I sent it to him. Well, I was told to send it to him. This is kind of where the story comes in. But the last thing that Jonathan and Jace told me before they left, you need to go send this to him right now. And I said, don't worry, I got it. And so they leave, and then I'm sitting in my bed. I'm like, well, Andrew's working right now. Not you, Andrew, the other Andrew, our editor, Andrew. But he's working right now. I guess I'll just be nice, and I'll put it in order for him. I passed out. And so I wake up at 1:30ish in the morning. I'm still groggily and tired. And I wake up to 7 missed phone calls and 14 text messages from Andrew. He's like, hey, where's the footage? Hey, am I still doing this? And it just kept going on and on and on. And I said, I'm so sorry. And so he woke up at 4 a.m., finished it, and sent it to me by 10.
Yeah, and that was incredible. And then I was at home, because I didn't know all this just transpired. I was at home just relaxing after doing 48 hours of hard work, and I get a phone call from Jake, and I'm like, hey Jake, what's up? And he's like, we have a problem. And I'm like, oh great, what's up? And what was it? You couldn't get it on the flash drive.
Yeah, I couldn't get it off my computer. And this is the dumbest thing ever. Okay, listen, SanDisk, I'm not burning any bridges with you because I want you to endorse me someday. It's my dream. But if you're going to sell me a 64 gig jump drive, I should be able to put a 16 gig video onto the jump drive. But they have regulations on it to where you can only put up to 4 gigs at a time on it. And so I was driving to Asheville. My mom's driving me. I'm still freaking out because I can't get it off my laptop. And so I literally recoded the jump drive to be able to put more than 4 gigs on it.
Oh my god.
I was I felt like a hacker. But literally, I went into the code of the thing and had to rewrite it. Because it wasn't letting me put more than that. Like, it had a limitation on it.
And I was on the phone with him the entire time. He's just stressing out, and I'm stressed out because I can't be there and do anything. I think at one point I handed my phone to my mom, and I was like, "Mom, help him."
I remember that. I talked to your mom. We made it with 6 minutes. If there was any, like, car crash or traffic, we wouldn't have made it.
Oh gosh.
That's how late I was. But... well, guys, this has been a fun conversation. On that note, stress and videotaping and stuff. This has been fun, and I'm sure we'll do another podcast with the 3 of us.
Yeah.
But what did we learn? Sorry, that was my chair. What did we learn? Andrew.
Yeah, come back to me.
Okay, Jace, what'd you learn?
Monkeys are dangerous.
Yeah, monkeys can kill 250,000 people.
I learned that a dog did not pee on
a control panel
in the space station.
But you kind of already knew that because that was the answer.
I learned that they did send dogs to space.
You did learn that.
That's true.
And I was in an astronomy class. You think they would have told us that?
Yeah. What else? What did I learn? I learned that a horse-sized duck is a good pet.
Fair enough.
But not fun to fight.
Not fun to fight.
How do we end this? Should I just cut it here?
How about we all say bye at the same time?
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.